Another episode, LDP's podcast. We are back and we're here with
Alex,
Lexi,
Turch,
and Mitch.
Thank you guys for being here, everybody. So let's start with question number 1 for you guys. For a girl, what is this college experience?
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of different for everyone. I mean, my school is completely different from Lexi's school, but for me, it's been really awesome. I met like a lot of cool new girls, a lot of friends that like I feel like I'm gonna have forever. Why are you laughing at me?
I think
I can't. Like,
eat your cheese. I've had a different college experience. I used to go to the University of Delaware, and now I go to FIT in the city. So I went from like frat party school to a school where there's like no sororities, no fraternity life. So I think that that's like a very different college life. But for me, this is so much better. I feel like the sororities are like great, but I just need to kind of like focus on myself and being able to like make my friends and go out. And we meet a lot of people. It's fun. Don't laugh at me. You're so mean.
Okay.
John Turch is mean. Go bully him.
I need to go find myself. I have to take a spiritual journey.
That's why a lot of you guys have girlfriends that are going long distance and you want to stay in the relationship with that girl, or the girl wants to stay in the relationship with that guy. Unless you really want to get married to that girl,
this is an interesting topic.
Clips. In my opinion, it should be clips. I would not stay with a person going long distance. I think that's fucking horrible, especially when you have that much temptation around you. I just think that disloyalty is very common in relationships and shit hits the fan all the time. You don't want to get that call from one of your friends that might be going to that specific college being like, oh, I saw her getting fucked by so-and-so. Like,
No, I agree, but
is that not terrible?
No, it is.
Like, is that
I've
not
had
terrible? You
things
know
like
how
that
common
before,
that is? Listen,
Yeah.
I think status matters, you know. I think if you have a lot of trust in your girlfriend, that's one thing. But if you guys are kind of on and off, if you think she's not going to get aroused by the D1 athlete, I can tell you from experience, from cousins that I have, from older friends that I have, straight clips. And fucking listen, you might not even know that it's happening. You know how fucking common it is to just be in a relationship with multiple people at once, and like that's what you really have going on? Because if you're not posting it on social media, you could date 2 people at the same time, long distance, and no one's gonna know.
That's a huge thing, especially
And no
in
one's
college.
gonna know.
Guys don't. I don't know if you've ever heard of Yik Yak. It's an app where you can post anonymous things.
So funny.
And literally, there was one Yik Yak that had like 23 upvotes, and it was like this guy I was talking to for the whole entire semester, never posted a girlfriend, never said like, oh, I have a girlfriend. Like goes home the next day and she finds out that he literally had a girlfriend for like 2 years and they like were still dating. And like the guy just never and she literally did not know because he did not post his girlfriend. So
Not to
I think you
raise-
have to post your girlfriend.
went incognito.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't post it, I think that just puts you in such like an uncomfortable situation because you can like scroll through someone's feed like as much as you want, and you don't like say that they just don't go on Instagram or they don't post things. Like you don't know what else is going on. Yeah. And that puts you in an awkward situation because then like, what if you come home and you find out something and you're like, oh my god, I feel horrible for this girl.
Yeah, but listen, you want to talk about going both ways. I think that goes both ways. What if what if a girl wants to get at somebody in college, but she wants that piece to come back to ride on when she comes back home?
Yeah, if you
If you
want to look at it as like, you know, through a different point, when you work, you got, you know, your steady income. That's your job that you work for. And then you got passive income. No, but that's what he's saying. Like, if you want to look at it like that, it's a terrible thing to do, but people do it. And wait, I got one question. Have you guys like ever, like in a relationship, just had like that like thought in the back of your head, like, what if he's out there? Like,
Always, yeah.
I just feel like that's just always gonna
Yeah,
happen.
I mean, but like,
It sucks.
no, it depends on the guy, honestly.
With the right person, that should never even be a thought.
Exactly,
agree.
and
But
that's
it's
why.
like-
With the right person, that should
Not
never even
dating.
be a thought. I don't even have the thought that the girl I'm talking to right now, that I should even ever have to worry about that, because I know that I don't have to worry about that, because I put myself in a position like so many other guys, in my opinion, should do, to where you see what's out there, which, you know, girls do a lot. They see what's out there and then they get themselves locked down with the right person. But here's the difference. A lot of the times, girls, I'm sure you guys could attest to this, you guys don't want the nice guy, the pushover, the needy guy, the guy that's constantly blowing up your phone with compliments. See, there's nothing to that, because the constant approval is what you get from everybody else. So maybe it's not so special. So this is why, in my opinion, right? Because a lot of girls do feel that way. You could say you don't feel that way, whatever. But a lot of girls that do feel that way, that will agree with me, right? Fucking, they are the same girls that will go seek a guy that is a player, that is a douchebag, and then they'll speak about their experiences with the fucking asshole that they sought out. They had all the nice dudes available, but they didn't want that. So then they speak on, oh, guys cheat, guys want this, guys want that. You're looking at your fucking select, fucking narrow out view of the situation, because you're speaking on the dudes that you sought. You know what I'm saying? Do you agree?
Well, to touch on how you said the thing about like approval, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I think that if you're like a college freshman or like a senior in high school, like maybe, but I think that there comes like a sense of maturity that like, if like 10 girls called you hot, like would it make you feel good? Like,
oh, you don't understand. I am so deprived of compliments. You could say my hair looks nice, and I will treasure
your
that.
Your hair looks beautiful
in my memory for years. With the hat. For years.
All right, but there comes a point.
You could say I have a nice hat. You can give me a rock with googly eyes on it, and I will treasure that shit. I will put that on my shelf and treasure it.
I did.
Like,
don't even. If 10 girls are calling me hot, I'm in love.
I want to ask you guys. I want to ask everybody. What is a break?
Honestly, I mean, if you're taking a break, I feel like for me, it's more like I have to deal with personal stuff. Like you have to deal with personal stuff. Like you just got to figure out things. It's like a break. It doesn't mean like you're broken up. I feel like when you break up, that's a breakup. But when you're on a break, it means that like you like want to focus on other things right now, and that's not your main priority, which a relationship should be one of your main priorities, I feel like. And during a break, I feel like you should not be getting with other people. Sorry.
I agree. I would personally never ask for a break though, because I think that it's like premeditated breakup. I think that it means like I kind of like want this to end, but like I don't want to like actually go through the breakup right now. So like let's just like go on a break and like put it on the back burner, and then like shit's gonna hit the fan down the road.
Yeah.
Which is why I wouldn't ask for a break. It would just be like, are we together or are we not? Because that's when the lines get too blurred. It's like, are you seeing other people? Are you not? And I feel like that's when everyone gets obsessive. Like going through the stories, or like, who are they with? Like going, like making assumptions. Like it's a premeditated breakup, but it's like no lines are drawn, and it's just blurred and like horrible.
Talking and things like
it
that.
could be a good thing, because it kind of like gives you like that separation that you guys need, and it realizes like how much you guys mean to each other, and if like you really do miss them and want to get back with them, or like
I feel
you know
like
what I
that's
mean?
toxic.
No, it's but like
That's gotta be toxic.
it's not. Well, it can be toxic, but it's not
Toxic
like
is
it's
my
not
middle
supposed
name.
to be toxic. Like, you're not supposed to like. Nobody wants to go on a break, but it's not. There's two sides to it. There is the toxic side to it, and it can keep happening, and like things can go really bad in the break.
It's like
Or or there's like the other side of the break where it's good, and like you come out of that and like you start talking again, and all of that tension is gone.
This is my take on breaks. This is strictly for the dudes. I think that if your girlfriend asks you for a break after she's been flirty with other dudes and you've called her out on it and she's done other shit, she's been giving you the headache, and then she wants a break, end the relationship. Why? She obviously doesn't value you, bro. She doesn't value a girl that truly values you. Wouldn't want to make you feel a certain type of way, and they know what they're doing.
True.
And they know what they're doing. So, listen, if she wants a break, she does not view you as high value. She views you as easy, as a fucking provider. As a provider, you don't want to just be a fucking provider, because that's why. Yeah, a provider is a cuck bitch. That's why, okay, so many girls will go out to the club and they'll accept a free drink, but they'll do nothing else with the guy. They'll curve him after the free drink.
All I'm saying is, if I'm out with my girlfriend and some guy is buying her drinks, I'm going to tell her to keep flirting with the guy, because I want some free drinks. Tell her to be like, yeah, get like a Miller Lite. You know, shit's expensive.
I've done that before, actually.
Yeah,
like when I was
expensive.
I was out with my boyfriend one time, and one guy asked like to buy me a drink, and I like obviously like went to my boyfriend and I told him, I was like, hey, this guy like wants to buy me a drink, and he was like, all right, get a Bud Light, and I was like, all right, and I actually didn't even get myself a drink, I gave it to him.
Yeah, do your part.
I'll do that for the girls too. Like if one guy's like another round, like I'll just like, I don't want it. Like, I'll go and give it to the girls. Like, sharing is caring. If someone, no offense, but this is not like dissing men, but if someone's going to think that something's gonna come out of like getting you a drink, like expect something in return, like that's kind of like on them. So I don't think it's bad to like abuse it because they're going in it with like ill intentions anyway.
Yeah, that's why I say don't buy drinks for girls at clubs because they're so used to that acceptance of getting the drink. And how many dudes have you actually gone home with that have bought you a drink?
0.
Okay, exactly. So stop fucking buying drinks for girls at
Be
clubs
different.
or parties.
Mitch
She's
likes
not going to
milfs.
value you if you buy her a drink because you categorize yourself into the same fucking category as all the other simp nice guys that have bought her a fucking drink with the hopes of maybe getting some play later. Bro, you're trying to get a prostitute. You're trying to pay fucking 30, 40, however much money you drop in drinks to maybe get top, whatever it may be. Like, that's prostitution. What's the difference between a simp and a nice guy?
No, I feel like a nice guy is like someone who's just like genuinely nice and respectful. I feel like a simp has to do more with like a relationship.
Yeah,
if that makes
I
sense.
Why is it nice guy? Why can't we say gentleman?
I think you should try.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. It's like a gentleman. A nice guy is more of a
people talk
gentleman.
Listen,
Nice guys.
I encourage everyone to be a gentleman and a nice guy, but there's a difference between a gentleman and a simp.
Yes.
Because simps get abused. You can say that you want a simp. Those are the same people that just want a provider. They're the ones that want the free drink at the club. They want a provider. So make sure that you draw your fine line between simp and nice guy, gentleman. Because listen, you could be as confident as you could be the most confident guy in the world. If you're a simp and you're needy and you're obsessive and you're fucking over the top, over complimenting, you're going to get categorized with everybody else, sliding up on your story, saying this, that, and the third. It's all the same. How do you guys feel about pickup lines?
They don't fucking work.
No.
No, right?
You don't.
Be honest. No,
You
say it.
can
Say it.
ask
Right now,
him
it's our
to
biggest
write
line.
a whole novel of just like listing pickup lines. You know every single one.
Yeah, they're funny.
I don't
but
think-
like
Lexi
you don't
didn't know.
use them.
Lexi, Turch just said one. Lexi didn't know it.
Oh,
They're not
yeah.
like horrible. Like
No. You really think that I'm gonna be at a party, lock eyes with a girl, go up to her and be like, "Hey, what do me and Tiger Woods have in common?
What?
Our stroke game's on point."
Oh my god, I'm gonna like marry you. Like, it
Yeah, like that doesn't.
work.
That's not how it fucking works. I don't know why people are.
I'd rather
studying
them just
pickup
call me like
lines.
beautiful. I'd be like, "Hi, you're pretty." I'm like, "Okay." Instead of saying something like that, I'd be like, "What?" Like, I don't know.
Like you say hi, you give them a compliment, you talk to them about interests. It's not that hard. You don't have
Facts.
to-
You know what I've had the most success with? And this is just straight cold approaching. You could be in the mall, you could be wherever. I've had the most success with just straight eye contact and then finding similarities. Not even compliments right off the bat. I've had the most success on cold approach with literally just, "Hi, what's up? How are you? What's your name? Oh, where do you go to school?" And then you find a common similarity and then, "Okay, yeah, I thought you were cute. I was wondering if I could get your number."
And that's also.
I feel like it's a lot more basic and it's a lot more genuine. And
Wait, you asked
actually,
for the number?
yeah. And actually,
I like that so much better.
Right?
That's what
See
I
what
was
I'm
trying to
saying?
say, bro.
my God.
start asking for numbers. Stop asking for
I
Snap
hate
because
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
stupid.
I don't even use Snapchat. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, if you are Snap texting me on Snapchat when you have my number, why?
what is your Snap score?
Mine's really low.
Mine's
Really?
I
low,
hate
too.
Snapchat. I don't like Snapchat.
I feel like if I'm gonna have like conversations of substance,
440,000. Like, I would rather a boy have like ask for my number rather than my Snapchat because one, I don't use Snapchat. I think it's just like not the best way of communication, and I feel like it's something that like guys just do with kind of every girl. It's just so easy to just take a picture of yourself and send it.
Right.
But like if you want to text me something and you're Snap texting it to me and you have my number, like that just is like so annoying to me. Like I hate that. Like to me, when a guy is reaching out to me like via Snapchat, it's not as serious or like personal as if he would like text me about it.
Yeah, I agree. It's so funny how I feel like when a guy like that you haven't spoken to in a long time will just like hit you up. It's always through
I
Snapchat.
hate-
but
it's always through
never-
Snapchat.
It's never a conversation. It's like a picture of them, and I'm like, okay, I haven't seen you in like 2 years. Like, what am I supposed to say back? But if they would have texted me like, hey, like, how have you been? Like, what's up? I would have been like, oh, like this is nice. Like, they want to
Right.
like actually like talk and like
Yeah.
not just like I'm like, what am I supposed to respond to? Like a picture of your face when we like don't even speak. Like, does that make sense? Like the Snapchat's kind of for everyone.
So basically what you're saying is it's better to straight shoot for the number because that'll be the honest answer as to if she's interested in you or not. Because generally a girl will feel comfortable giving her Snapchat out because she's not really giving much But giving your
Yes.
number, that's your personal. That's like, okay,
Exactly,
I
yeah.
feel you.
Like
If
I
this guy's a
don't,
weirdo.
I don't
Right?
post
You agree
anything
with
on
that?
Snapchat that you wouldn't see on like Instagram. So I'm like, if they want to like see my story
I
or
do.
something, like I'm totally fine with that. But like some
Right.
people, I'm like no offense, but like I'm just like not into you. So like if they ask for my number, I'm just like no. Like most of the time I will say yes, but I'm saying like this is like an extreme scenario where some guy's just like a total creep,
Yeah.
and I'm just like no, like no.
And honestly, like if a guy is like spamming me with Snapchats, it's not as annoying as if he's FaceTiming me like 3-4 times or like texting me like 50 times. Like I feel like I'd rather
Right.
get spammed with a Snapchat if I'm like not interested or not answering than like getting like 100 texts. Like
I think we're forgetting that you don't have to add them back. Like I could scroll
Oh.
through Snapchat right
Yeah.
now and pull up like literally hundreds of people that like I've been out in New York and they're like, "Can I get your Snap?" And I'm like, "Sure."
my Snapchat.
But like
I
maybe
don't
they're like
answer
like
people.
I'm uncomfortable by them, and I'm like I don't want to add you back.
100%.
But like if it's like for the number thing, I would just be like no.
It's a bunch of dudes in their phone that are trying to get something, whatever it may be, trying to start a conversation.
like
And they
17
probably
hours.
think they're different, sending half face pictures of their face. And like there's double snapping. Like it's embarrassing. There's nothing different about them. And listen, I would imagine if you opened our phones, we do not have the same shit with girls. Let's be real. We don't have the same shit with girls. It's different. It's different. It's different if you're in a relationship or listen, this is my take on it. I don't send aimless face pictures back and forth. That's so lame. It's so immature.
It is.
If I'm talking to somebody, I'm talking to you because I'm interested in you. So I'd rather just text you. But if it's a girl and you know what I mean, you're in a situation where you want them and you're actually invested in them and you want a relationship with them, get the number. At what point, separate question, at what point is it acceptable to Netflix and chill? After how many dates? First night? One date? Well, like what do you guys think as girls? What do you think?
I don't know. What do you mean by like Netflix and chill? Like, do you mean
When
like,
you fuck.
Hold on. You know,
Is that what
you
you
know
mean?
it. You know it. Like you're Netflix and chill. At what point is it acceptable that you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna hang out with this kid? And at what point is that acceptable? How many dates? One date?
no?
They're
It's so easy to just take someone on one date. Like you could literally take a girl on a date and then be like, oh yeah, like let's just Netflix and chill or whatever. But like for me, like if he could be taking like 8 girls on one date, like and then
That's true.
afterwards, you know what I mean? Like for me, like if you're actually interested in me and I'm gonna like Netflix and chill with you, like I want to like know that like you're consistent and that like you actually care.
What is the single biggest turn on, looks wise, service wise?
Tattoos.
A mullet. I'm sorry, I said it. I think when guys have
Tattoos
long
and a
hair.
mullet.
Oh my god, no, the hat. Oh my, not like that.
We looked at
Sick.
Not like that one.
Not like that. No, but
You
like,
mean like the backwards hat with the flow?
oh my, I love when guys have
She
flow.
loves
If you
that.
if you have like flow in your hair, oh my god.
And for me, I don't
Okay.
care how ugly you are. If you have a tattoo, it's a conversation starter.
So we're gonna finish with one last controversial topic that I have a different view on than you guys may. But do you think that a girl cheating on a man is any different than a man cheating on a girl?
No.
What about you guys? What do you think? Is it any different?
Still cheating.
It's
cheating is
cheating.
cheating.
No. I'm not saying on the level. I'm not saying surface level. Cheating is cheating. But
Oh, I get what you're saying. Like,
do
is
you
flirting
think?
cheating?
No. Do you think that reason for cheating on an emotional level can make it more painful? Let me give my take, and then you'll understand what I'm saying. I think the reason that most guys end up cheating is not because they're really unhappy in their relationships. I think the reason most guys cheat is because they get a little bit tipsy. Guys are horny, so we'll get attracted to someone. They'll be up on us, and then we'll just do it thinking that our significant other won't figure out. Here's the difference. When girls cheat, most of the time, it's because they see something in that person that they're cheating with. And listen, you could disagree with me. 9 times out of 10, even on online surveys that were unbiased, when girls gave their reason for cheating, it's because the dude that they cheated with, they saw as high value, high status, and very hard to get and a chase. And they had pushover boyfriends, and they really thought that he wasn't going to figure out. And they really valued the dude they cheated with and typically ended up dating the dude that the girl ended up cheating with. But when guys typically cheat with the girl, they want nothing more. They're just trying to get their bust off pretty much. But when a girl cheats with the guy, it's not for the sexual reason. It's not always for the sexual reason. It's really status related. And it's because they feel something in that dude. And most of the time, they end up dating the dude that they cheated with.
The guy that you told him not to worry about.
Yeah.
Going off of my story, if this is cutting, I just told a story about how one time I woke up in a different girl's bed, but she wasn't sleeping with me. She just took care of me, like got me water, food. Anyways, if you were picking up your girl at another guy's apartment, but like you trust your girl, you know she wouldn't cheat.
I'm not picking her up. Thank you
OD.
guys for being on this episode. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe for more content. Thank you guys all for being here.
Of course.
And hopefully come back and
I'll come back whenever you want.
let's run it.